Huge get for Texas A&M might be enough to clinch the #1 overall class. They land five-star defensive end Shemar Stewart. This is a guy that they have been in the lead for a while, but boy, they had to hold off a strong push from Miami. Georgia also in the mix. Gorney, talk about the job here by Jimbo Fisher and company, and just adding to the epic class in College Station.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal job, especially because momentum is such a huge thing in recruiting. And he took his final visit to Miami. They made him a priority. I mean, Mario Cristobal landed in Miami taking that job and almost went right to Shemar Stewart's house for that in-home visit at midnight. He had coaches at his house. It was absolutely priority number one to get Shemar Stewart to stay in town and play for the Hurricanes. But I think the job that Jimbo Fisher and his staff did for so long was really the selling point here. He's going to a team that's it just feels destined headed toward a college football playoff, if not a national championship. He is a huge piece as a massive five-star defensive end who, when he turns it on, has kind of that unstoppable feeling to him, can take over, beat any offensive tackle. And pairing him with, Walter Nolan and the other guys, complementary pieces along the defensive line that Texas A&M has in this class is absolutely phenomenal. So Jimbo Fisher lands a huge piece to a recruiting class that was already impressive, and even more goes into South Florida for a five-star prospect that Miami really wanted. It says a lot about what the Aggies can do on the recruiting trail.
Yeah, we held off on making him a five-star until the end. And it's all about that, want to factor. It's one of those things you can't really coach. If he's engaged, though, you have the athleticism, you have the ability. And if you pair him with a guy like Walter Nolan and a couple of the other players they have, he may be getting one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. And that had been the reservation. And to be completely honest, you go to a camp, you see 5 reps, calls it a day, moves on to the next camp. We want to see guys that continue to attack, continue to go after it. We saw more of that at the Under Armour game when pads were on, when he was really lined up against other guys of elite level ability. He wanted to go after it. He dominated and was unstoppable. And if you're just taking guys that just look great, Shemar Stewart is on that list. Physically gifted, ready to go to play in the SEC along the defensive line. I don't think there are many offensive tackles who can match up physically with him that he can't beat. So I think if he goes to College Station and turns up the dial to max ability to where he gets focused on not only dominating at Texas A&M, but that next level of NFL ability, I think Shemar Stewart is one of the best players in this class.
All right, so be sure to check out AggieYell.com. We got complete coverage of Stewart's commitment and Texas A&M's historic recruiting class.